Since that's what you're about. You're about
Yes.
getting stuff on wax.
Yes.
Wow, that's it. That's all you get. That's all you get. Like, I'm gonna get to a type of person. Like, if you know me, I don't like to waste time. I like to get to it. I'm gonna get to a type of person.
Get to these bars.
I am Vince Perkins. Currently, that is still who I am. I'm thinking about a name change. I don't want to mess up like the whole MVP thing.
You might mess it up. You're gonna be what, Victor?
No. I'm talking about it's like Prince type stuff. Like, I'm gonna be a symbol. That's what I'm thinking about going to, because I feel like I don't want to be defined by the words in the English dictionary. I don't want to be defined by the word. You know how when you a Vince or you a Michael, it'd be like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you act like a Michael.
Yeah.
You act like a, I don't want to be defined. I want to be like a symbol. Like Prince. Like, so that's just where I just like to let you know.
Eventually you will be defined by the symbol.
Okay, I don't know what just happened there. But it seemed like you went to the bottom of the ocean with that. All right. So, anyway, it was bright. Michael was bright, everybody. I always, this has got to be I'm the pitcher, okay? I pitch, you catch. Now, look, look. I'm talking about like you can go wherever you want to go with that. I'm the pitcher. What? Anything?
We brothers.
Hey,
we ain't looking at you like you bugging, man. You bugging, man.
So,
this nigga be thinking that type of shit is funny.
So, I'm throwing a curveball is what I'm trying to get to. What I'm trying to get to is the curveball that I'm throwing. I don't know where you at, nigga. Calling the brothers and pitchers and catchers. So, you watched the Tinder Swindler yesterday.
Nigga, did I?
Okay. All right, watch your mouth. So you watched the Tinder Swindler yesterday, Michael Perkins. Now, okay, the Tinder Swindler is a documentary on Netflix. And the documentary talks about this guy that, for lack of better words, swindles women out of their money. I'm just gonna put it there. It's a good documentary. It's a good documentary, and I recommend it. I give it 4.9 out of 5 stars. 4.9. That's for interest. I'm just talking about interesting watch. That's what I'm talking about at this point. At this current point, that's what I'm talking about. I'm talking about it's interesting to watch. So that's what I'm talking about. But Michael Perkins, I'm gonna say his whole name just in case anybody get us confused. He has his own take on the Tinder Swindler. Now, I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say this about the Tinder Swindler, and I probably say Tinder Swindler probably at least 100 times. I don't know, we can't get a counter, but I probably say it 100 times. So, because I like the way it rolls off my tongue, I like the way it sounds. So
I call him Simon.
He call him by name. He call it like they got a whole different relationship, Michael and the Tinder Swindler. But I would say I don't want to give up. Well, obviously, this is spoiler alert. So if you haven't seen the Tinder Swindler and you want to see it, go watch it before you watch this. Okay? Because this is just spoiler alert. I would say I knew what it was about because of the
title.
The title. Yeah. As it came on, the first lady came on. She was very jovial. She was very
bubbly.
She was very that.
Yeah.
She was excitable. She was she had a lot of great energy. a lot of great energy when she came on. And I was like, hey, I kind of forgot that it was called the Tinder Swindler because of how good her dating experience was going. Okay? She was having a pretty good dating. I was like, this is love at first sight. So, but I'll just say before I pass it over to Mike, before I, throw it to Mike, I'll just say that the game, as I've said before, okay, I'm pretty much on record by saying the game is the game. All right, if you get in the game, then all bets are off once you're playing the game. Now you could decide not to play the game,
which is in your best interest.
You could say, I ain't playing no game. I want to be straight up, straight across. And then, I would say that the road that you have to travel is probably a little bit longer, but it's more gratifying at the end of the road when you don't play the game. Mm-hmm. But once you start playing the game, all is fair.
Everything after you decide to play the game is on you.
It's fair. So because the first lady on the Tinder Swindler, I seen it a while ago. You just seen it last night. So we're kind of, you more fresh. I'm kind of murky. But the first lady, she met the guy, the Tinder Swindler guy, which name is
Simon.
Met him, and he was like, "Come to my 4 or 5 star hotel, and let's get on a private jet. Let's go, let's go overseas. Let's go across seas, and I could treat you to some dinner and stuff like that." That's pretty wild to me.
It's pretty wild.
That's pretty wild. Right. She obliged.
Sure.
She obliged to go to meet somebody on Tinder one day, and the next day or the same day, I could be murky.
Hold on. He responded immediately.
To go to his hotel and then go out of the country with said guy.
Yep.
This documentary is to bash the Tinder Swindler. They're bashing him. Like they're like, this guy is wrong.
I was confused by the music. I was like, hold up, they're saying bad things about
this? So what do your overall, bring us home about what you think about the documentary of the Tinder Swindler. Bring us home.
Overall, my thoughts of it is that it's obviously it's very interesting. Like, it's super interesting. I enjoyed it. Couldn't have it was dead on. It was nice. My whole thing about the documentary is that demonizing this guy, considering what you said, once you play the game, once you start playing the game, everything that happened to you after that it's on you. It's got to be on you. You know what I'm saying? The thing that I think that the story was about was that these women were willing to spend this guy's money.
Mm-hmm.
They were willing to spend this guy's money. $250,000. I mean, granted, the way he got it was a little, the way he got the 250, but she didn't know it was 250 from the other girl.
But she was willing to spend it.
She was willing to spend it.
That's what I'm saying. So I'm conflicted, because I know that in the documentary they were showing where everybody was talking about these girls as being gold diggers, and you reap what you sow, and you get, and that's what you get. And they was really hard on the women in the documentary online.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just like, but they were saying that they shouldn't have been hard on them. And I believe that once you get in the game,
yep.
Like I said, I don't think he's right for doing what he's doing. Like, we're just talking about morally.
Yeah. I mean,
I don't think morally that he's right.
He's wrong as crap.
But that's that game.
Yeah.
That's that game.
Yeah, that's how high. And the thing of it is that and immediately she's, meet the guy on Tinder, go to his hotel room, whatever, you know what I'm saying, go to I think like Amsterdam, something like that, because she was from like Norway.
Mm-hmm.
So
they had sex.
I'm pretty sure they
did. No, they had sex.
Yeah.
When you fly out of the private jet, and we went to the other place, and I had dinner, and we got a room.
His kid's mom was there too.
They had sex. Okay, I didn't want to, let's not, let's be for real.
When you start playing high risk, high reward games like that, it is high risk, high reward. Now the reward is obvious, you know what I'm saying, in the money and the things.
You could hit it out the park.
You can hit it out the park.
You can hit it out the park. You could have met a guy that family was in the diamonds and that had millions of dollars. That could be true.
But you could have. But where it exposed them is that, like, and I said this to you, I don't think that if this guy was an average worker, and he cleaned up nice. He cleaned up nice. Like,
he looked really nice when he was spending other females' money. When he got broke, though, he was looking more like postman, garbage man type.
Yeah, well, I'll put it to you like this. He obviously lost some weight. That's what I was saying. He obviously lost some weight because the weight in his face was obviously, not there. So he clearly,
it was probably stress. Yeah, but like you said, it's just like, well, if the guy, if you're looking for love on Tinder,
that's what I'm saying.
If you're looking for love, and Simon shows up, and like you said, he makes $50,000 a year, but he's still a nice guy. Like Simon can make $50,000 a year, still have on a nice suit, still have on some cool glasses, still have his beard and trimmed, and he can say, "Hey, I like you. We should go out on a date."
Right?
Are you coming to his hotel room?
No.
Are you coming to his hotel room?
And I doubt it.
Are you still going to his hotel room if you didn't look him up as a backstory as being a millionaire's billionaire family? Are you still going?
No.
So then you're wrong.
Then you're wrong.
You're wrong as the woman then.
And
like that's the game.
That's the game. And the problem that I have, and I was saying it to you, is that they had no problem spending this man's money. They thought it was his money. Now he was wrong. I'm not saying that he's right. He's wrong. He's very, very wrong.
Baby. Tinder Swindler.
He's wrong. He's wrong as crap. I'm not saying that he's right, but under the premise of getting something for nothing, they were very okay with spending this man's money. They were very okay with spending his money, one, and they were okay with the idea of not giving him anything in return. They were okay with that. You know what I'm saying? Even the girl, and even more so with the girl who was his friend, because she one that was with the 250. He didn't blow all 250 on her, obviously, but he blew a grip. Yeah, I give her at least 90 of it.
Okay, she blew a grip.
Yeah.
So talk to me about it. The second girl that was just his friend,
right?
She didn't give it up. She said that she wanted to find somebody to
share in her lifestyle.
That's what she said.
That's what she said. Now,
she said the reason why she's the Tinder swindler's friend is because she wanted to find somebody to share
in her lifestyle.
That's what she said. And then, again, is this happening if he's making $50,000 a year?
Of course not. Because
just ask.
Because her lifestyle to her is opulent and decadent.
What does that mean?
It's good, great.
That's her lifestyle
to her.
Oh,
to her. Because
I don't think she was doing any of the stuff that the Tinder swindler was doing by herself.
No,
she wasn't doing that stuff. So how are you looking for somebody to share the lifestyle with, and then you live a lifestyle with him that you wasn't living in the beginning?
But and then that's also the problem. And it's no shade to her. Like, if you're in transition and you got to live with your parents because you about to do whatever.
She was living with her parents.
She was living with her mama and saving up for an apartment. Like, I'm not saying that you're a horrible person.
No, but you're not living that lifestyle.
You're not living that lifestyle, and you're lying in the game.
So guess what? All is fair.
All is fair.
All is fair. If you lying, talking about, I want to live this lifestyle. I want to, you know what I'm saying? I want to share somebody to share with me this lifestyle that you ain't living, and then he lying.
And let's stay there for a second.
Okay.
Because I like that point is in there. That really spoke to me. Because every time, because we talk about it, a little here and there about women thinking that somehow they're doing better, or not even really. I don't know if they think it or not. Who knows? But women projecting or projecting that they're doing better than what they're actually doing.
That's regular. That's the gram.
That's the gram.
That's
what I'm saying.
That's the gram. Everybody's doing better than what they're actually doing.
I think
that's the gram, baby.
Yeah,
you got a gram. It's all up and down the gram.
I don't be on
It's all up and down the gram, man. The people acting like they doing better than what they really are. They got more money. They're smarter. They're deep.
Oh,
they're deeper than what they really are. They're in better shape.
Oh my gosh.
And all of their businesses are thriving.
Oh, thriving businesses. Hey, look, they had the CEO in the damn description at the top. CEO.
So yeah, that's what it's about. It's about something that you ain't.
Yeah, but this is the thing, and maybe I'm just a guy, and
you are a hater. Did you say guy or hater? Guy. Okay, go ahead.
Maybe I'm just a guy, and this is why I think this way.
Okay, tell me how you think, guy.
Okay, as a guy, the way that a guy lying about what he has, right? Mm-hmm. That eventually ends because really it's just you have to actually produce.
I don't understand. I could the Tinder Swindler. Well, I guess he was lying. I guess he really had.
It ended
$250.
Well, he did have $200. Yeah, other chick's money, but
eventually. So let's say a practical example. If I say, I got $1 million and I got a mansion and I got Bentley.
Right.
So that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm putting out there.
If you're saying that that's what you have, eventually that lie has to end because you have to produce. So that's why it's really not in the best interest of a man to kind of tell that lie.
That's what I'm saying. So what's the difference between women? Women eventually got to produce. No?
You don't, because the idea is not that you're supposed to be spending money on a guy.
Oh, so what you're lying about? You're as a woman.
You're lying as a woman to negotiate higher for the dude that you're dealing with. So, for example, you ever heard a woman say, "I make $70,000. I want the man that I'm with to at least make $70,000." They're using it as a mechanism to negotiate higher for the guy that they're dating. Whereas if you make $70,000, you don't require the woman that you with to make $70,000. It just doesn't make any sense. Like, well, the bitch I get, we got to at least make 70,000. We don't even think to say that, because if she makes 40, then that's 110 between us if we actually get married, and that's an upper middle class family. That's nice. Okay. You know what I'm saying? But for women, when they lie about their lifestyle, they're doing it as a mechanism to negotiate higher for the guy that they deal with, i.e., the Tinder swindle.
Okay, so the lady saying that I need somebody to share my lifestyle with is lying about, like, oh, I be by the pool and I do this and I do that, but the chickens never come home to roost, as far as
it. And they never have to, because she never has to produce, because now
it's like, do this for me because I'm used to this, and you never get to see, well, what did you used to do?
Right, exactly. That's why the idea, and I throw this out. That's why the idea, if you don't get a better guy than your baby daddy, it's an ill rule. It's an ill rule. You know what I'm saying? You don't get to have a guy better than your kid's father. But you can't tell me that your standard was this, that, and the third, and you gave a man the highest honor of having a kid with him, and he ain't shit. That's an ill rule.
I don't know how we got there.
But let's get back to her. The reason I have a problem with her lie is because she lied first without ever knowing whether he was lying or not.
That is true.
She lied first.
That is true. That's a good point. That's a good point.
And so that, like you said, or like we've been saying, everything that happens after that is on you, because you were playing the game in hopes to get a thing, and you got it. She had a good time. And she was very comfortable under the guise of spending his money and not giving him anything in return. You were okay with those being the set of rules. I'm gonna spend his money, and they spent like a whole summer together, I guess.
It was yeah. I would say a
whole $250. That's a lot of money. So you spent $250,000 with this guy, and you were very comfortable doing it. Then when the same guy who spent $250, is saying, I need 30.
I need about 30,000.
I need an extra 10.
I need about 30,000 because stuff ain't lining up. And I was so now they froze my assets. See, I was taking notes. They froze my assets. No, wait, let me finish, man. They froze my.
You got some pen and paper.
No, stop. They froze my assets, and you know I make it rain. You know I spend all this money. I spent $250. I got a private jet. I got island. You know I'm good for $30,000. What I need you to do, take out a personal loan. Because if you don't know which banks, I got a couple banks in mind. Take out a personal loan.
He didn't ask her to take out a personal loan.
Well, he didn't see. I would have lost on that. I would have
lost.
lost on
that. This is what happened.
Okay, talk to me.
He just asked her for the $30,000, and what she said was, "How am I going to get $30,000 just like that?" Which was another indicator that she wasn't living this life that she. And again, not that I'm saying I got $30,000 to give anyway. I don't have $30,000 to give myself, but I would never say sharing my lifestyle. I would never say that as a.
So where did she get the $30,000 from?
She was saving it for the apartment that she was gonna buy because she was living with her mom.
Oh,
and that's what happened. So she gave him her savings, and then he said, "I need an extra 10
on top of the cheese. I need some cheese on top of the cheese,
little sprinkles
on top of the cheese because even though my assets is froze, the 30,000 got me."
And my enemies is after me.
Hey, wait a minute, now, Peter. They said she said in the picture of Peter. That picture of Peter knocked over the head, man. I didn't know it was gonna keep reacurring like that. I got to watch the Tinder Swindler, man. Goodness, man. It's really deep. It's really deep. No, I don't feel like people should be swindled.
No, not at all.
But I feel like I said before, everybody needs to take responsibility for their actions in the game if you're going to play the game.
Yeah, because again, they were playing the game under the idea that they were getting something for nothing. Now, granted,
because you're right. If I'm the first lady, and I'm go to the 5-star hotel for coffee, and then the next day you say, "Well, I'm on my private jet. I'm gonna fly you out to whatever." And we're gonna get some, I like it's like this. They got the bomb ice cream, but it's overseas. And now this the only ice cream that I like to eat. Right. I'm gonna fly just to get some ice cream. You want to roll? You're doing this and thinking that I don't have to give up anything,
right?
Unless it's sex, which she wants to give up.
But this is the thing: sex is an equal exchange.
It is an equal exchange.
You having sex with him like he having sex with you.
It's an equal exchange. Yes, it is. It's an equal exchange. That was the people.
Right, the people clapped on that. It wasn't me or him clapping. It was the people.
Sex is an even exchange.
Sex is an even exchange. The idea that giving sex now equates to a private jet, a flight on a private jet. Like I ain't never met no coochie that expensive. You know what I'm saying?
And you don't go and you ain't in the same circles as it's fine. Like, look, Michael, I know your coochie. I know it is. I know.
The way you be having people thinking
I'm just saying,
I don't even argue with you. I just let you say
I'm just saying, you never got private jet coochie, and that's okay to say. Look into the camera and tell them what
I've never got.
Look into the camera.
I've never gotten private jet coochie.
Yeah, you got Lyft, Uber coochie,
Uber coochie,
Church's chicken,
Uber
chicken, Church's chicken, stuff like that. I get it. I get what you're saying. But go ahead and finish.
Nah, the idea that they were very comfortable with the idea of doing something, getting something for nothing. They were very, very comfortable with that. Both women, the first woman more so than the second woman, you know what I'm saying? Because the second woman definitely more so than the first woman, because at least the first woman was actually giving them sex.
And she thought that she was gonna be in a relationship. Yeah. I don't know if that makes it better or worse.
It doesn't for me because that's why I always say the Mickey, Minnie, Donald, Goofy shit. Okay. Because it started off as her first, idea of what love was Beauty and the Beast. You know what I mean? And it's just like the idea of Beauty and the Beast is meeting this, this essentially king, prince, whatever.
Yeah.
And he's rough around the edges, and he's the beast. So rough around the edges, understatement, but he's the beast. And you tame the beast, and he turns out to be this, you know, this wonderful person on the inside. And what they think, because
you using the pronoun. Who are we talking about here?
Women.
Okay, go ahead. Finish what
what women think is that that's how it's supposed to go. Like if you notice, like if you again going back to the
Tinder Swindler,
but what we said even the last show.
Okay.
What we said was
go look at the last show, please. It's on YouTube.
It's on YouTube. It's chilling.
Okay.
So what we said the last show was like, you can tell me that your standard is these things, is this, and that he has to be this, and this.
Mm-hmm.
But is that how you're having sex? Probably not. See, what women will do is that they'll say, I want a guy who is these things, is nice, is this, that, but who they pick is the fast money guy.
Yeah. I was having a conversation in if you are giving a woman the opportunity to pick what they would want, well, obviously they're gonna pick, you know, you saying, well, what do you want? Do you want, you know, somebody that's making 30,000, or do you want somebody that's making 80,000? Well, they're gonna pick 80. Yeah, if you give them the opportunity to pick, like either or, like, so when you put these numbers in front of them to pick, obviously they're gonna pick the best one. That's this fool's go. I mean, that's like, I don't think that that's all the way fair to say pick, because I'm gonna pick the best one.
Right. But what I'm saying is that when they do pick, they like, you would never hear a woman say that they value money over the quality and character.
No, they won't admit that.
Say that, but that's the problem. So that dealing with the guy with the Tinder Swindler, if the money wasn't blinding you, there were some clear red flags.
It was some red flags.
Probably some red flags. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, whatever. Like, what red flag one is that he invited you on a private jet, you know what I mean, immediately. Like, that's probably a red flag.
If I was a billionaire, that's my thing, though. How is that a red flag? You see, you ain't never been a billionaire before. That is your problem. If I'm a billionaire, then that's regular to me. You ain't never been on with no billionaire, so you don't know what's regular for a billionaire. You ain't never been out, so I fly out. That's what I do.
And you project your thoughts on it, like, oh, this must be what they do. Like in your head, you're like, oh, this must be what they do. This is like driving down the street. My private jet. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's the same thing as your Honda Civic. You know what? That was below the belt. That was below the belt. I get. You know what? We in a minute.
Let's continue with the conversation.
Let's just relax. Okay. We back.
We talking about private jets. Oh, you brought it all the way back. Huh?
So, excuse me. You was talking about red flags.
Red flags. If the money wasn't such a big issue, then she would have saw red flags. Mm-hmm. Obviously, him inviting her out so quick, him being there with his kid's mom, you know what I'm saying? The not even like distance, but the regularity with which they communicated.
They was on. They showed them texts. My man Tinder Swindler though.
Yeah.
His attention game is he's giving them all the attention in the world.
But it's like he's not doing anything. His job is that. That's his job.
You're correct. He doesn't have a job. It's to swindle women. So obviously he's putting in the work. I mean, he's definitely putting in the work.
That nigga be flipping burgers. But he is at work.
Yeah, he's at work
flipping burgers.
He's at work.
Nah. But if the money wasn't such a thing, then the like again with women when they see an attractive dude, if the looks weren't such a high-ranking thing,
mm-hmm.
then the time when you get tricked out of your draws would probably not happen because you would see all the red flags.
Mm-hmm.
But you value those things so much that they're blinding you. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I think that this is a lesson in. Like, it's not a lesson in dudes ain't shit. I mean, if you let the Tinder swindler get you, then you just got. I mean, I can't. I'm not.
Are you familiar with the dating site Bumble?
I'm familiar. I've never been on it, but I'm
okay.
familiar with
If anybody is familiar with the dating site Bumble, I actually, before the Tinder Swindler that came out, they were going to do a documentary on me because they used to call me the Bumblebee. Now, I don't like to brag, but I was the Bumblebee because I was sting women. Go ahead.
It's distinguished. Look, that is
hey man, but when I leave it in, I will leave it in. Go ahead and finish what you were saying.
No, man, this is more so, I think, a story of when you play the game and the game sort of exposes what you value more. And
I think that's a good message.
Yeah,
I think that's a good message because let's be regular and real. Let's bring it down to earth.
Yep.
Just the Tinder swindler being a swindler and taking these women's money, he didn't break any laws.
He didn't.
Just by taking the money.
Right.
Now he did some other things that were
bad
against the law.
The fake passport, the changing his name.
Yeah, the accounts and stuff like that. But taking the money.
It wasn't. It was just. It was
not illegal.
It's not illegal. It was bad.
And they haven't gotten their money back.
They ain't getting no money back.
they haven't got their money back.
They not.
And okay, this is deep. They haven't gotten their money back, and they're in tremendous debt.
$250.
While the Tinder swindler is striving today.
Right today.
Today.
He's thriving.
He's thriving today, and they're in debt.
Yep, I follow him on
that's bull. That's bull. That's bull, man.
Hey, you got good posts. You got good posts.
Hey, you know he swindled guys too.
Hey man,
you know he swindles guys too.
Man, I just follow him.
That's what everybody starts off with. Man, he swindles guys too.
I just follow him. Okay. And he's supposed to do 15 months. He only did 5.
He got out on good behavior.
He's a good
guy. He's a good guy.
I
mean, I'm just saying.
I think that they should have, like, if there could be somebody who do edits to this mug and just change the music. You know what I'm saying? Because
he look like the hero.
He look like the hero, man.
He have him ride off into the sunset.
But because this is the thing, he essentially did ride off into the sunset. Because he got a Israel model now. He would have model.
Now, like. But yeah, like if he changed the music and you slow-mo him at the end with some champagne in the air, like a mimosa.
Right.
It looks like he won.
Yeah, we get some edits on that shit, man. But that's the thing. That's the thing. We are so it's such the culture is such that and again, he was wrong. But they won't just tell the truth. Like,
like I said, wrong is, I don't know to say that if you're playing a game, because my thing is that if you're, selling drugs is wrong.
Yeah.
Robbing people is wrong.
Of course.
But when you're in the game, like, I understand those things independently to be wrong.
Right.
But when everything is mixed up in the game, when drug dealers are shooting drug dealers and getting robbed, and it's just like, well, that's that game.
Right.
I'm outside of the game and I can point out individually what's wrong.
Exactly.
But inside of the game, I can't be like, well, drug dealer, they shouldn't have robbed. They wrong for doing that drug dealer.
Up the game, like
because you drug dealing and you robbing and you doing it, and they got you, and that's wrong. No, it's inside of it's that.
Right.
It's that, and inside of that,
you playing basketball, you might get fouled.
Inside of that, the game of Tinder swindler, trying to find somebody online, trying to look like I'm something that I'm not. going for the money, going for the looks. Oh, this guy has a private jet, or this guy is a billionaire. You're probably gonna get stung by the bumblebee.
That's not.
No. Oh, I got my own. Yeah,
you can't just give yourself a nickname. It's not how this works.
They gave me that.
They gave you that?
Yeah,
name?
like that's what I know. Like I can't even get on Bumble no more. I can't even get on Bumble no more. Like,
and that's another thing too. Another thing too is that like Bumble was created so that women can be in control of their picks.
Oh, yeah, but I think that's Tinder too, right?
No, I don't think Tinder is that. Women like.
I thought that like you swipe and you say who you like, but they tell the women. It's like they tell the women. They don't tell a guy it's a match. I thought they only tell the women that.
It's supposed to be the other way around. At least that's what I thought it was. I've never been on there though, so I can't. I'm saying it. I'm speculating. But what they created Bumble for, I think, in the beginning was that they wanted women to do the guy role of doing the picking.
So, meaning that the women pick who they like, and then the guys pick who they like too, though, right? But we don't. But they get the control on if they.
Yeah. If they a match or not. But like to me, even with that, they're trying to again make people go against their programming. Like women.
That's not how it works.
That's not how it works in real life. Like it just don't work that way. And again, we're lying to women, telling them that you can do it. It's like nah. And then with the money thing on Tinder, it's just like even with the she said I'm an independent woman. The second girl.
She was very
independent. I've always been strong and independent. It's just like, well, okay, this is where you lie to yourself so that you can negotiate higher for the dude that you're dealing with. I've dealt with a guy who sold diamonds before. It's just like, well,
she did say that.
Exactly.
She did say she dealt with it.
It's like, well, I guess another one does it. It's just like, okay, like, let me think that you're telling the truth. Let me just believe that you're telling the truth. Where in your life does it say that you can actually get a guy that sells diamonds for a living? Like, okay, that's fine. You dated that guy. But like, did you really date him? Or were you just kind of having sex with him? Like, he did sell diamonds for a living. That'd be my thing. It's like we tell women that they can get a relationship as high. They can get as high a dude as they can fuck. That's a lie.
I sold diamonds before. Okay, no, wait, man. What?
You ain't trying to get more information.
What you talking about?
Make jokes.
No, I'm trying to get more information, man. I'm just saying, like, okay, all right, man. I'm trying to give him information. I have sold diamonds before.
Since we was in bunk beds,
you don't know what I did for that little time we were separated from each other. We had a little time where we didn't see each other for a while. I was a diamond broker.
We had bunk beds.
I was a broker. I was a broker. That little bitty time when we didn't know each other.
But the moral is that the game is going to expose you for what you value most. So that if you're telling yourself that I want this kind of guy and this kind of guy and that kind of guy, well, you better be for real, because when you get in that game again, this is the way to not play the game. The way to not play the game is to do it the way that people traditionally meet people. They meet people in the surrounding areas of themselves. See, Tinder takes away the restriction of, okay, I'm from Detroit. I likely meet somebody from Detroit.
Mm-hmm.
I go to this church. I might meet somebody at this church.
Mm-hmm.
My family know these people. I might just meet somebody like Tinder or just online dating completely, which is 40% of dating, by the way. Like 40% of relationships start online. And it's like, that's a lot considering that it used to be you met
zero.
No, what it used to be is it used to be mostly you meet people through your family or your church. Yeah, and
grocery store.
Or work, grocery store, things of that nature. It used to be all of that, but now it's 40% online. And like the game is, I don't want to date the people in my region. I want something better. And the want something better, I mean, like, you may think it's better, you know what I mean? You may actually be right. Who knows? You know what I'm saying? But you're playing a game. To not play the game is to have the people that are around you kind of vet the person that you're going after. That's how you get outside of that game. Like, for instance, you're a dad and you have a daughter.
I'm a dad.
Yeah,
I got a daughter.
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead. I didn't know what he was talking.
You're a dad and you have a daughter.
I got a daughter.
I would hope that she understood that you and myself and our brother, having that guy be around us on some level, whoever the guy is
that she wants to date,
vetting him would probably be the best in the bed. Like, we need to be at the door, chitty chitty bang bang. Like, we need that needs to be not necessarily that, but but that. You know what I'm saying? But we need to be vetting this guy, and that's how you don't play the game, because then you take the responsibility of vetting this guy off of you and on your family.
Yeah,
that's how you get out of that game.
That's a good point. Now we teach. Now we teach. Now we teach.
Because what happens is that because women have this need to live a Disney fairy tale, it takes the men out of the process. It takes your daddy out the process. Like when a woman gets married, who gives this woman away?
Her father.
That that used to be a literal thing.
Yeah, I thought it was still literal.
It's not literal because women aren't coming from their father's house and then going to their husband's house.
Oh yeah.
So it's not literal, but that's what literally used to happen. Like in the Indian culture, they don't allow you to move in to your boyfriend's house. You move into your husband's house. So they get married first and then you move into your husband's house.
Yeah, Indian chicks ain't having it.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. So they're literally giving their daughters away because they vetted the guy. He works here. He has a stable environment. He has a house. He has this, that. Like, they know this guy. And it's so much so to where if you are going to fuck my daughter up in the game, I know so much about you, man. Like, we going to fuck you up. We going to have to, we going to have to handle you. And being married, and then after he's vetted, he's so much a part of the family that leaving this guy is not really advantageous for the girl either. You know what I'm saying? So that's how you stop playing the game. Or so for some people, you got your religious affiliations, you may go to church and have your pastor, whatever. But that's how you not play the game.
That's crazy, because I didn't hear any of those women fathers going after the Tinder swindler.
Nope.
That's crazy. I didn't hear nobody's like, because I know if my daughter gets swindled, I'm on a documentary too. Because I'm like, look at here. I'm talking to the reporter, like, where are we going next?
So we saw this nigga.
Where are we going next? Like, we Israel. Well, let me call my job, because I got so much time off. We call my job. Are we gonna catch him this time? Because
let me gas up the city.
I'm to the point where I'm not getting paid for this time off, but I would think that I would be there.
Yeah,
I would want to be there. Like, you got my daughter for 150,000, like
250.
I'm being like, I'm rounding down. Give me a break.
$250,000, nigga.
I'm rounding down. But you're right. That's a great point to say that.
Yeah, and women
in the Tinder swindler, it was no fathers nowhere to be found.
Yeah, and women are taking women are taking men out of the process, and by taking men out of the process, what you're doing is you're leaving yourself vulnerable. Men should be in the process. Men know men, and apparently women have no fucking clue.
That's Michael Perkins.
No, nigga, like you would think you would think by
in Michael Perkins' estimation about women finding guys, women have no
fucking clue. If they did, the outcomes wouldn't be what they are. You don't typically hear women. You don't look. One thing that you never hear women speak highly of their kid's father. I mean, like, not in individual situations. Of course, you will have
because you can't say never, you can't say all, you can't say none of this stuff because it's gonna be taken literally. That put your fingers down. You can't say none of that. So I need you to come back. I need you to leave and come back. And now come back. Now say what you got to say, but to stop all the alls and the nevers and the always.
As a law of average. On a law of averages, women aren't speaking highly of their kid's father.
And you say that to say what?
I say that to say this. If he is representative of your choices, well, then you make bad choices. Because you made a bad choice with a big life decision, i.e. having kids, getting married, or whatever you did.
Correct.
You're making, or look, either I'm to believe you're telling the truth and he ain't shit, or you're fucking lying. And that's worse Because
B. B. That's what I mean. I because guys is okay. Like
guys are decent.
Yeah, guys are okay. Guys are okay. I know this because I'm a guy.
I'm a guy. Hey,
guys are okay.
Maybe it's because I'm a guy. I'm saying this.
Guys is okay.
But that's what I'm saying. It's like either I'm to believe, and this is the thing. If he is decent, then B means you don't know how to keep a decent guy.
B.
You know what I'm saying? Because I would imagine that all these guys just ain't shit. That doesn't make any sense. Obviously, it doesn't make any sense.
So, I recommend that you sit down with your family. If you haven't seen the Tinder Swindler, we're late. I'm late. He late. He just seen it yesterday. I just seen it last week or something. We're late. But apparently, I'm glad I watched it because he out here swindling. He getting guys too because I don't want to be on
Tinder. No guys, man.
He got guys. He got friends. He got guys too.
Babysitter.
He got friends. He got guys like, that's my boy. Hold on, boy. Me and Simon, we going out. I dropped 50K on this.
This is my problem also with the documentary.
Okay, let's go with your problem.
the fact that they made. Look, and maybe it was because of the evidence came from these two people, and maybe that's just what it is, and maybe I'm just the problem I have is that the fact that he tricked families, you know what I mean, like a guy, like an actual, he was babysitting my kid. The fact that he did that was a footnote.
You're right.
That's a fucking footnote.
You're right. Because he was getting people. He was getting people.
Yeah.
He was getting people.
He was getting people.
You're right.
And it's a footnote that he was getting people, husband and wives. And that he wasn't having sex with anybody. He was just being, what they thought a decent human being, but he was just being a decent human being and tricking them. Nobody gave a fuck.
Nobody cared.
Nobody cared. That was a footnote. You know what I'm saying? That's got to be but again, the Disney of it all is just it's so much to where women are always the victims. And again, you play the game and you were good with winning this game because you were winning. If you're on a private jet and all you did was give us some coochie, you won. You won. Hey man, look.
I didn't say I didn't disagree.
You're not gonna agree?
No, I agree. I agree with you.
Yeah,
I ain't thinking nobody but you.
You don't agree.
I do agree.
You always say, and this is the thing, like this is what you do to me.
Go ahead. I dropped my phone.
Yeah, this is the thing that you do to me. You let me we be off this mug, and he be like, nigga, you right. You right.
No. I say you right when you right. When you wrong, I say you wrong.
Was I right?
If you saying private jet don't equal to giving up coochie, I said you right.
Which one is more?
The private jet is more.
Okay.
That's what I'm trying to. I said you right.
You stopped. Your pause was very.
I ain't got no pause.
You did pause. I said that, and you was like,
I'm saying what I was saying earlier is that you just never had no private jet coochie.
Private jet coochie, man.
You ain't never had it before, man. And that's what you gotta. You gotta come to grips with who you are. You gotta come to grips with who you are. Everybody gotta come to grips with who they are in life. I'm me, he, him. Simon is Simon. And then Robert, Robert
Go Simon,
is Robert.
Get busy. Go Simon, get busy. Go Simon.
Hey man, I enjoy sitting down with you today. It's always a pleasure to talk to you. We need to do this more often. We need to talk to each other more often, man. Like we don't talk enough anymore, man. It's like it's a wedge in between us.
I don't know what it is.
I don't know what it is either. We need to talk more. We need to get a drink or something.
I don't know.
We need to get food together. We need to eat together. We need to break bread together, man.
Yeah, man.
I used to know you, man. I don't know you no more.
Yeah, nah, man. This life has been happening, man.
Okay, well, hey, man. Let me get your number. Let me get your number. I'll call you sometime, man. We get a bite to eat or something.
We gonna fly in a private jet?
Hey, man, it's on me this time. The first one's on me.
That's the trick. That's the trick.
I'll fly you
That's
out.
the trick. You gonna fly me out,
man. First one's on me, man.
First one's on you.
I'm the bumblebee. I'm gonna get out. Bumblebee, baby.